So Henrik Hulk asked a pretty deep question. When building a SaaS, what is important to know, and what did you fuck up with yours? I can't think of anyone better to ask this advice to. Okay, so I guess I could give you some advice on this because I basically made a lot of fuck ups with SaaS. So I'm going to give you kind of 3 general tips. The first one is honestly start small. I see too many people try and build a big software right off the bat, and you don't have the experience managing a team, you don't have the experience really designing UIs, you don't have a lot of experience doing anything, and so it's basically like going and placing a huge bet on something that's probably not going to pay off. Go and start micro software like WordPress plugins, Shopify plugins, and just aim to get these softwares maybe to 10 to 20K a month, okay? I have about 5 softwares right now that make me about 10 to 50K a month, and cost me about $20,000 to develop around that price range. So the ROI is humongous, and in 10, 20K a month from a single software, that's phenomenal. That's a very high income right there. So go and build an income first with kind of mini SaaSes. That's my best advice, and start off with small software and plugins. The next thing I can give you is if you're going to start a big SaaS, kind of like Market Hero or Conquer, you better have another income backing you up. A lot of people try and start these companies, or so you see all these SaaS owners that are basically like living in their mom's basement. Their company's worth $2 million, but they can't even afford to buy groceries. And it's just so hard to really focus on your SaaS and focus on growing your company when you don't have the income coming in. And your main role as a CEO of a SaaS company is making sure money's coming in. And so that's just one thing right there. With Market Hero and Conquer, I could afford to be extremely patient with these companies because I built up an income about $350,000 to $400,000 per month just from SourceWave doing that. So start other businesses first that are a lot more cash flow positive before you even try and do it. Final thing, just the last tip, when you're hiring developers or if you're starting a SaaS from scratch and you're like starting off in the business, you're probably going to get a developer as a partner because that's how you're going to get someone to work cheaply, affordably for you. A really good developer, a really good one, is going to cost you about $15,000 a month at least, and you can usually get one of those guys to sign on for like 40% of the company and stuff like that. This is just a general advice, but when you're starting a company like this, be sure to make sure that percentage is paid out and permanent after 2 years. Do not give them 40% day one because you're going to deal. There's a lot of partnerships usually when you're starting off that do not pan out, and then you're stuck with a person that has 40% of your company, and to get rid of them, you have to buy them out for X amount of dollars, which is a whole lot. And that's just something you need to get in there. It's okay to partner up with people, but make sure to protect yourself and make sure the person has to put in long-term effort and long-term commitment to the company before they actually have that percentage. Okay, so that's the best advice I can give on those 3 fronts.